In an ideal world, we'd have a state capable of suppressing someone's name and memory to completely erase them from history. Sadly, we don't have that, and the influence of Leon Trotsky remains. Trotsky was born Lev Davidovich Bronstein in 1879 in Ukraine, then part of the Russian Empire. His family was wealthy, and he became a left-wing agitator by his teenage years. He adopted the pseudonym Leon Trotsky after becoming a Marxist. I should say Marxist, since he was a poser. Trotsky began his treacherous, conniving journey as a fake communist by joining the Russian Social Democratic Labor Party, RSDLP. When a split in the party occurred between Lenin's Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks, Trotsky naturally sided with the Mensheviks. While Trotsky's theoretical contributions were non-existent, he was a seasoned demagogue who gave stirring speeches, whipping up the masses into a frenzy. All hot air, no substance. Lenin wisely knew this, but under pressure from others, reluctantly agreed to let Trotsky become a Bolshevik due to his strong public speaking skills. Trotsky acted like he had never sided with the Menshevik revisionists and besmirched the glorious Lenin. In October 1917, Trotsky was nowhere to be seen when the revolution accomplished the world's first worker state. He was probably hiding under his desk, scared that real revolutionaries would find him and kick his sorry ass. Furious, Stalin moved to have Trotsky expelled from the party, but out of his infinite kindness and tenderness of heart, decided to give old Leon another chance. Lenin, Stalin's bestie, was probably frustrated with Stalin, but understood his sage-like wisdom. Russia had pulled out of World War I, and the Russian Civil War began. Trotsky committed bungle after bungle. He was a disaster as head of the Red Army. In fact, the White Army almost won, if not for the valiant efforts of Stalin. As usual, Trotsky took all the credit for the Red victory. On the day Lenin died, it was revealed that a conspiracy was afoot. This went on for years until Stalin, the USSR's most popular politician and most handsome, single-handedly exposed that pretty much all of the Bolshevik leaders were against him and had become capitalist Nazis. They even forged a last testament of Lenin that called for Stalin's removal. Trotsky was deservedly deported in 1929. The rest of these traitors were put on trial. While called show trials and kangaroo courts by bourgeois observers, they were actually transparent, fair trials that were the greatest form of restorative justice the world had ever seen. Convicted of treason, the traitors' death warrants were handed to Stalin, who reluctantly signed them. I can't imagine a man so conscientious having to struggle with such an emotionally wrenching decision. These were his former comrades, after all. But a betrayal is a betrayal. Trotsky went on to become a critic of Stalin's USSR and its policies. His critiques were all wrong. First, in contrast to Stalin's correct position of socialism in one country, Trotsky rejected the notion that socialism could be built in a single country. Instead, he advocated for permanent revolution, which, among other things, said that a socialist revolution needed to happen internationally in order to fight capitalist world domination. This globalist approach was unrealistic and failed to consider the unique conditions and needs of individual nations. Luckily, Trotsky was assassinated in Mexico City on August 20th, 1940. He was attacked in his study by Ramon Mercader, a Spanish communist who struck him in the head with an ice axe. Trotsky died from his injuries the next day. In conclusion, Trotsky's life was marked by opportunism, theoretical shortcomings, and a consistent pattern of undermining the true revolutionary cause. His legacy serves as a cautionary tale of how not to conduct oneself in the pursuit of socialist ideals.